So.
I love this transition for Labor Day weekend. Yeah, we were
Right.
trying to decide. The boys came over for dinner last night. We were like, what's Labor Day weekend for? And it's celebrating the worker, you know, and the contribution to society. And so we shouldn't work too hard this weekend, entertaining.
Yeah, you probably have some entertaining ideas.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
us
some
here?
simple
Okay.
stuff. Number one, I asked if it was going to be hot, but I love keeping this big jug of water on the counter because we entertain a lot. People are playing games in the yard, and they can just come in and hydrate. But put some lemon and mint in from the garden. Use everything up from the garden this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, this is the time to go out and harvest everything. We're headed into fall. It's a no secret. We're headed into fall.
You should refresh the water every once in a while.
For sure. I do it at the end of every night because there is a lot of bacteria in your natural botanicals. So change it out. But it really is wonderful. You can use rosemary, mint, whatever. But also, this is the perfect time to go to your farmer's market Saturday morning for all your menus. What I hear you guys are doing burgers. Maybe
yeah, my wife
Monday?
is going to be grilling burgers after I get off work.
Perfect. So go get the tomatoes. They're in prime
Those
season.
look like fantastic
Oh my gosh.
tomatoes.
Well, so basil and tomato in the garden, they grow really well together, and on the table they pair really well together. So a caprese salad with fresh mozzarella and beautiful tomatoes from the farmer's market, but a little chiffonade of basil, you know, the basil leaves, super easy. Just roll them up, and then you can just make little ribbons of basil so you can sprinkle it almost like when you salt and pepper something, you're seasoning, right? Well, you're seasoning with your herbs this way with a little chiffonade of your basil from the garden. This is from my garden. And so that's a little much.
Is all this from your garden?
But then,
here?
yeah, then or the farmer's market.
You have a big garden.
I do, but I'm a frustrated gardener, and then a little because I don't have enough sun, and then a little balsamic vinegar over the top. And you can get your balsamic vinegar, your mozzarella, your tomatoes, your basil, all from the farmer's market. And we only have 3 weekends of our farmer's market left.
3 more weekends.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, and another thing,
it
is shut her down. Another thing I'll do in the garden is use my rosemary up because you want to cut it back so you can bring it in for the winter. So start to use it up. But a rosemary brush is a great thing, even for your burgers. Dip it in the melted butter, and then in its
I love my butter.
I know you do.
Ooh, yeah.
But isn't that nice?
Yeah,
it's a little extra
fresh.
something.
Yeah,
a little
that's
extra
impressive,
something.
so.
And then finally, I'm going to have
what's
a
this
lot.
for here?
Well, this is a French harvest bucket. So when I go out, I use this, and I go out and get all my flowers for my centerpieces. And when I'm centerpiecing, I'll use what I have. Like if I'm going to cook on my podcast, on the All Indiana Podcast Network, Growing a Beautiful Life, I talked about using what you have, and like the San Marzano cans are great to fill for your centerpieces. If you're doing an Italian dinner, fill them with basil or parsley or
Italiano.
Yeah, so use what you have and use up the theme. Oh, and one last thing when we're celebrating a little berry in our wine. This isn't wine yet, but it will be later.
We had a berry in there before. What happened to it?
I dumped it so I could make it go plop and do the effect.
I'll bet you
And
did.
do the effect.
All right, Master Gardener Carrie Petty, as always, we love having you on the show.